Good morning from Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm actually at the Millbrook Exchange Tennis Club. Just walking around, just chilling. Um, it's actually interesting. They're about to have the high school tennis championship here. I'm trying to think the last time I've ever seen this many tennis courts. A lot of tennis courts. Well, anyway, I didn't come here to talk to you about tennis. Um, I'm pretty much a square. I don't know, a nerd. They used to call it a dork. What they used to call it a dweeb. You ever heard of a brother using the word dweeb before? Well, anyway, um, but anyway, which pretty much excluded me from quite a few things, right? I think I ate bologna during the prom because I wasn't at the prom. Well, one, I was poor. We couldn't afford the dang prom anyway. And two, I had no interest in the prom whatsoever. But also in regards to substance abuse, um, I just never, that stuff just never attracted me whatsoever. I have lots of flaws in my life. I have lots of problems in my life. Let me assure you that I have lots of problems in my life, especially right now. Um, but with that being said, um, I never had issues with substance abuse. Um, unless that substance is like I don't know, a bucket of fried chicken or something, or hamburger or quiche or, if it was food, I guess that was the substance. Other than that, not a problem. Um, People would often do the drugs around me, and, I was generally disgusted by it. I had an intense hatred for alcohol, for cigarettes, things of that nature. I wouldn't even take wine as a sacrament. Um, I won't even do that. But anyway, let me go to a story. So, once again, I grew up on the west side of Charlotte, uh, on Columbus Circle. Um, and, which, there were quite a bit of substance abuse there for sure. Um, almost in any place, right? I mean, white neighborhoods had it too, and I do know white people who did get down. But with that being said, um, I remember one night many years ago. There are adults that, anyway, many, many years ago, a lot of grown people who were, this could have been about 30 years ago, if not maybe slightly more than that. So at any rate, and so I am walking up the street. I'm like walking from Columbus Circle. I'm going on to Berry Hill in a neighborhood that doesn't exist anymore. They mowed that sucker down. Um, but Westwood, it was, I believe, but no, it was low income housing. I'm trying to remember if it was public housing. But at any rate, um, so I was at in Westwood. It was a dark night, kind of foggy. Trying to remember if I was going to what I would call the Campbell store. I'm not sure what anyone else in South Carolina, but or in west side of Charlotte would call it, but I called it Campbell store. Um, it was right off of Berry Hill. Um, it was before you got to Freedom Drive. Um, that was a convenience store I called the Hill store. They had, gas things. The Campbell store didn't have that. But at any rate, and so I was walking um, to what could have been the Campbell store. But anyway, I get this voice that says, "Hey!" And so I froze like a deer. And I was like, well, what's going on here? I'm not sure if this man knows me. Matter of fact, I don't know if he's going to shoot me. but anyway, I froze like a deer. I wanted to be respectful. I didn't know if I went any faster, he'd go faster too. So I stopped. And the guy came up to me, was a young fella, could have been my age, probably a year or two, possibly 3 years older, possibly. Um, and he looks at me, and he kind of has this weird smile on his face. And he says, and he just looks at me, and he says, "You don't do drugs, do you?" And I was like, "No, sir, I don't." I called him sir. Um, and basically just walked away. Apparently the guy, I'm trying to remember if he was likely trying to sell it. And he just realized that that this guy's a hopeless case, right? In regards to controlled substances. Um, he's just way too nerdy, too straight-laced, just not, just not drug material. Um, was likely, I don't know, one of the weakest pushes I've ever heard for controlled substances, weakest drug push I ever heard. but at any rate, I certainly was happy that he gave up easily because, I certainly didn't want it. I see a lot of my friends on Facebook or whatever, who glorify it, and yes, I'm including the cannabis plant as a drug, but that was just never my thing. I just never had much respect for that type of usage, Um, but anyway, I just thought it was an interesting story to bring up. So, yeah, just shooting the breeze as always. Teaching time is over. I don't teach back until the fall. So, hey, take care, y'all, and hope you guys have a wonderful day. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the story. Okay, bye bye.